born on the island of Oahu, Hawaii, and spent the first 5 years of my life going to the beach with my parents. I have a connection with the sea, and I have a respect for the ocean and its delicate ecosystem. Of the many animals that live in the ocean, I really have this appreciation for the whales. In fact, I think we probably all have this kind of fascination with the whales for the following reasons. Whales are beautiful and majestic animals. We're captivated by their grace. They're also the largest living animals on Earth. They are social. They live in families which are called pods. They're highly intelligent and capable of emotion. And they show the curiosity towards humans, human interaction. They come up to ships, and a lot of times it's their undoing. But can you imagine a world without whales? Can you imagine not having them in our oceans, not being able to view their beauty, their majesty? And it would also cause this, it would upset the delicate balance of the ocean's ecosystem, throwing everything off balance around the world. In fact, whales right now are being hunted to extinction. And as of late, our own government is moving towards supporting the hunting of whales. But we can do something about it. My purpose is to raise your awareness of how whaling is threatening whales to extinction, and how, should that happen, our own government, should that happen, our oceans and the world as a whole will suffer as a result. And show you how you can take action to prevent the hunting of whales to extinction. This is how. I will show you how you can support anti-whaling organizations who work hard to stop the hunting of whales, the whaling. How you can enlist the support of your government, and by expressing your desire for whales, for the ceasing whaling activities to those governments who currently hunt whales. The sources for my presentation come from the International Whaling Commission, the Sea Shepherd Society, Greenpeace, the Institute for Cetacean Research, the CyberDiver Digital Media Network, GovTrack.us, the White House, and the Japanese Consulate to the United States in San Francisco. Whales have been harvested by man for thousands of years, and some species face extinction as whaling continues. The International Whaling Commission, today whaling is regulated by the International Whaling Commission, an international body which governs the whaling industry and monitors the world's whale populations. They were founded at the International Convention for the Regulation of Whaling, which began in 1946. Their purpose is to provide for the proper conservation of whale stocks, and thus make possible the orderly development of the whaling industry. Also, the Commission encourages, coordinates, and funds whale research, publishes the results of scientific research, and promotes studies into related matters such as the humaneness of the killing operations. Despite a moratorium placed on whaling in the 1980s, the Japanese have resumed the hunting of whales in the Southern Ocean under the guise of research. The Japanese having the most dramatic effect due to their large quotas. They hunt them down in fast ships, fire harpoons into them with exploding warheads. The whales then die by drowning. The carcasses are dragged through the water to a factory ship, where they are butchered and the meat is processed for sale. How is that research? In a report by SeaShepherd.org, and I quote, "The Institute for Cetacean Research has released their 2008-2009 kill figures for their whale slaughter in the Southern Ocean. They slaughtered 679 minke whales of their targeted 935, and they only took one endangered fin whale from their targeted 50 whales. As you can see, the numbers are staggering. Sea Shepherd is making a difference, but it's not enough. If unchallenged, the Japanese will wipe them out in just a few short years. The International Whaling Commission has granted Japan permission to hunt whales for scientific research. However, the large quotas and the fact that the meat is being placed on the Japanese food market is indication of them clearly taking advantage of this loophole in the international whaling moratorium. In response, the IRC rationalizes this practice by stating, quote, "It is not a loophole or illegal or commercial whaling in disguise as the anti-whaling rhetoric suggests. Income from the sale of the byproducts, meat, is used to partially offset the cost of the research." In April, the San Francisco Examiner reported, quote, "The Obama administration and the IWC, International Whaling Commission, released a press release on April 22, 2010, announcing the publication of a proposal in which they recommended allowing members of the Commission who are currently killing whales to do so legally for the next 10 years, ending a 25-year-long moratorium on commercial whaling." My first solution is to offer the support to those organizations that regulate or counter whaling activities, such as Greenpeace, Sea Shepherd, or the International Whaling Commission. This can be done via email, written letters, or monetary donations to Greenpeace or Sea Shepherd if you can't volunteer your time. My second solution would be to enlist the support of the government to put political pressure on the governments of the nations that hunt whales by writing letters to your elected representative to bring concerns to Congress and the House of Representatives, or even writing President Barack Obama himself. My third solution would be to contact governments of the nations that currently support the whaling industry, such as Japan. Writing to their consulates and demanding that they stop whaling immediately is the most direct way to show your support for the whales. In conclusion, we have a responsibility to ourselves to care for one another and for our planet. It is up to all of us to take a stance for the whales and be their voice, their protectors. Each year, the Japanese whaling ships head to the southern ocean to harvest whales as a food source in the guise of research threatening the whales' already precarious future. The whales cannot fight for themselves, but we can. We may not be able to take up arms or head to the southern ocean to challenge the whalers, but we can within our own means make a difference and save the lives of those who cannot save themselves. Their future depends on your action. Thank you.
Feedback?
Yes.
I really liked how you